I'm Chantel and welcome to The Finish Line, your source for creative cross-stitch finishing ideas. In this series, we're going to focus on tips and techniques on how to turn your cross-stitch into stunning decor. Join us as we go over inspiring shop updates, new items, and creative finishing ideas for your cross-stitch projects. Let's dive in. Hi guys, it's January 25th and welcome back to the second episode of The Finish Line. This week I'm going to share shop model finishes that have all been done using 14 count Aida. That gives us a certain size that fits perfectly on the display pieces that we're going to talk about this week. Now the first one I want to share is a previous finish. So this is one that I've done a number of years ago now. It was done on 14 count Aida, but I had some questions about it because it popped up in some of the pictures that I've put on Instagram of our store because obviously it's a model there in the store. Let me show you this finish. It's done on our standing house, and the house comes in a tall version and in a short. So online you'll see it as the standing house. This happens to be the tall. The tall fits about a 5x7 piece. That's what you're looking at right here. These pieces come from Waxing Moon Designs on Etsy. She has an entire series and they're called monthly trio because each pattern or each download that she has on her shop has 3 months in it. So the first 3 you're going to get obviously January, February, March, and so on. I have January, February, and March done and I interchange them on the standing house frame using washers and magnets is what I used. I probably would change that up today because this is pretty intense, and what I did was the backboard is stuck on permanently and it is done in the black Chelsea's Checks fabrics. So this is always the same. And the background on this piece was done in a decoupage. So I used scrapbook paper in the like a shiplap look on the back. And then of course the bow stays permanently on too. So it matches the button in this background. Then each one of my pieces has the black stitching stripes, I believe it's called, behind each one of them. Now the way I did it was I put washers on the fabric part and then washers on the back of the piece, and then that magnets are in between, so I've got like a little, magnet sandwich. I wouldn't do it that way though moving forward. So this is what I'd recommend, is that you put the magnet behind the fabric board and then a magnet on the back of this, and the magnet will then click through and find the other magnet. Now you want to be careful that you always put the magnet on first and then glue it on, and we can talk about that in another video, but you want to make sure that they aren't opposite, so that they resist each other. That being said, we're going to talk about this one next. Let me show you the other two versions, or the other 2 months that I have finished. It is January. Let me put this over here. There we go. We've got January and February also done. So the first 3 in the series are the ones that I have completed, and I do need to go back and finish these up. But they're all done on 14 count Aida, and I think they're super cute. I think you'd really like them. Let me show the rest of them. We looked at March already. Let me show you the other 2 on the board and show you how keeping them all consistent and using the black fabric behind, because I noticed that each one of the charts, black was a common, color in each one. So there was always something in each one that was black, and so I thought a black neutral background would work for all 12. And February. And of course, this is the one we have out with our Valentine display at this time. So like I said, that's Waxing Moon Designs on Etsy, and head on over and check out. She has a lot of other really good ones too, I think you'd like. All in that same similar, 5x7 style. Let me find a place to put those. One moment. The next pieces I have to talk about are done in pillows. They're also done on 14 count Aida, and these are from the a year of celebrations, the first series that Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design did. Now, I've got these made up as pillows. Lynn, who's worked with us in the past, you might have met Lynn already, she's the one who stitched them all up and had them on different boards. But we thought we'd switch those up and turn them into pillows and display them in our dough bowls. Now, in our online shop right now, we have round dough bowls. We have like an oblong dough bowl and then a really long dough bowl. And they're all in white, black, and brown. Well, as I was looking at each one of the pieces, I thought I'd like it in different colors. So, of course, since paint fixes everything, I went ahead and painted the bowls. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I could paint all the bowls all over the place. And there's a video coming up that's going to show you how I painted them. It's very easy to do, easy to distress, and they turn out adorable. So I've painted a bowl for the months that I can swap out and put the different months inside each one. I'm going to show you here in some images, but I'll see if I can't get these shown to you too. So the first one that we have, obviously, is January. And the January pillow, it is done on 14 count Aida. It has some Lori Holt as the background. And then I put the skinny little tiny vintage trim by Lori Holt is put all the way around the border of this piece. And that, of course, is going in our blue dough bowl. It also has a companion of a little snowflake charm. So those will tuck in there quite nicely together. And then I can fill them with either some, felt balls or some crinkle shred or some other felt pieces. Other things can go inside the bowl. Now, the next month we've got is February. Isn't it so cute? This one is also backed with some Lori Holt fabric. I have a lot of Lori Holt in my stash, so I'm just using all of it up. But there's so much that goes with everything, so I'm really enjoying using it. The trim on this one, I sewed this rickrack in. It's larger rickrack, and it is the vintage trim as well. And I sewed that in instead of gluing it flat, so that's a little bit different on the sides. And then I've got this aqua bowl because it had a little bit of aqua there in the brown, done up for the February bowl. And of course, its companion charm with this cute little scallop charm that's available in a charm pack series. Now, the third one we're going to share for this time, because we're just going to go through January, February, March, is of course March. And it's this cute little one. This is also done on 14 count Aida. This is the one she did a little bit different. The rest are done, I believe, on the color Toast. That is a 14 count that Lynn picked up at Hobby Lobby. And for March, I went ahead and actually this fabric is a vintage fabric I had in my stash, but I thought it was so perfect on the back for that shamrock finish. And I used cording to put all the way around and then tied it in the corner here and added a couple little tassels. And of course, we've got it paired with a shamrock in a cute green dough bowl. So all of these bowls, we do have all the rounds available in the shop, and of course plenty of paint color choices that you could use to coordinate your stitching and your bowls together with. Super fun customizing a dough bowl. Now, the next one is also some pillow finishes, and it's also a dough bowl finish, and I just love the way these turned out. This particular chart is from Primrose Cottage, and I believe it's called Snowy Friends. Let me see if I can hold this up without tipping it all. Here it is. Let me pull it back. I want to keep it in focus for you. So Snowy Friends is a chart where you're going to see here that the chart is, many people stitch it all together and put it into a pillow or into another finish. Well, we separated these out and stitched each one of the snowmen individually. And then I turned them into pillows. And I'm going to pull one of them out. I used this really cute snowman fabric that came from Cozy Christmas. Of course, it was in my stash from stitching forever ago, but I love the way those little snowmen complemented the fun little happy snowman on the front of this. So I used that on the back of each one of these, and I also used the tiny little vintage trim rickrack and glued that all the way around the pillow. Now in the bowl, because I used a long dough bowl, I also stitched up some basic pillows out of the same fabric with a backer. This is not a stitched pillow, it's just a pillow. Filled it, used the rec trim. These are nice little support pieces in the back of the bowl just to kind of prop the pillows up as part of the display. You'll also see in there, I used a few of the felt balls and the snowflake charms. So let me see if I can put this back together and we'll hold it up one more time for you. So that was Snowy Friends separating out all three of the snowmen onto 14 count Aida. I can hold each one of those up again. Let's see. We've got the tall one, this cute little one with the aqua scarf, and of course the pink version. And they're all stitched with the called for colors. So much fun with Aida and pillows this week. Now the final finish I have to share with you, and we're going to talk about this one for a minute because I'm super excited about it. It is a new release piece and it's coming to the shop today, so it's available to pick up and I am obsessed. I'm going to show it to you in its raw form first, so completely unfinished, and show you all of the pieces, and then I'll show you a fully finished piece. The new piece we have is this awesome display piece with a few different spots. It's got the little finial feet to it, and it's got a great showcase area right here for up to a 5x7 stitch, a little pocket area so that you can tuck some greens and charms and things like that, and then an accent piece at the top, which is perfect for painting in different colors or distressing. It just gives you that depth and that texture that looks really cute on the top of the piece. This piece is called Front and Center. So introducing Front and Center, and let me show you my full finished piece of Front and Center this week. It is the Home Sweet Home brand new Valentine chart from Primrose Cottage, and I love the way it turned out. Now I did stitch this one on 14 count Aida, even though I stitch a lot of things on linen now, but I go back and forth between, I guess, 14 count and linen depending on what I'm finishing. I wanted my piece to be large because I put it on this front and center piece. So this outer border on the front and center is 5x7, and that is a Lori Holt fabric as well. It's got some little red tulips on it, and I thought it looked really cute with the colors that are on this piece. I stitched it using 14 count pine, I believe. I will show it here and link it below, but you'll get it from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a fabric flare fabric. It does have some little pine ridges on it, and it went really nicely with the brownish color that was in the chart. I used the called for DMC colors, so I don't have any variegation in this. They do have called for variegated floss on the chart as well. Primrose Cottage does, and I think that also turns out very cute. So you'll want to consult the chart for your color preferences. But what I have in showing you is all done in DMC. Now, the other things that you're seeing on here are these little hearts come from our heart charm pack, and this heart does as well. And then I just tucked some greens in and added a little bit of baker's twine around the bottom. But I love it. I have a few more designs to show, and I'll be sharing those later this week on Instagram of some full finishes on the front and center piece. Now, like I said before, I'll go over it more in depth too, but this piece holds a 5x7 is that back piece. And then this is all done on 14 count Aida. So if you do your Home Sweet Home on 14 count Aida or on 28 count, it's going to fit approximately just like this. If you're using a 25 count Lugana, perhaps, the stitch will be just a little bit bigger, but you're still going to have room for a background chart, background piece for fabric if you'd like. So I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments what you think of Front and Center. And of course, it is available right now to go ahead and order. So that's what I have for you this week for our full finish and new shop models that have landed into the shop. I've got a few more things to go over and talk to you about, so hang on just a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, now wrapping the video up, I want to talk a little bit about some housekeeping items. We've got some information on our website that I thought I'd go over and clarify, along with 2 clubs that are out there and available to check out right now. So let me share my screen with you, and we'll get into first the information about, there we go, we're here. About the retreats and things happening here at 141. Our retreat events that we have coming up, you're going to find right here listed underneath retreat events in our events section. This is where all of our events will be showing up. So in the future, if you're looking for a class or a retreat that we have, you'll find it right here. The events that we have coming up right now are on May 1st and 2nd and 3rd. We have the spring break event. This is a full retreat. It's days of stitching along with making and kits and fun things that are going to be happening. Our special guest designer for this one is Nicole Spohr. You're seeing that right here. And she is going to be helping us and working with all of us, and I'll help her out as well with finishing techniques. So this is a hands-on retreat where there is no pre-stitching ahead of, but there will be quite a bit of fun making opportunities during the retreat. So if this is something you're interested in, then you'll just click on this part and it will give you all the rest of the information about the event. So pricing right now, it's just a deposit, and then our cancellation policy, location, all of the information here. This is an event that you will have to drive to. We do have hotels that we recommend in the Howell area, I believe, but this is located in Williamston, Michigan. So you'll have to drive back and forth from your hotel as it is located at a school building or what was the old school in our town. It's a fabulous, fabulous event area. The other event we have is called the Pep Rally, and that is in the fall. This year's special guest designer is Robin Pickens, and she will be bringing along a wonderful kit and stitch that we'll all be receiving, plus all kinds of other goodies and fun things that are going to be happening at the Pep Rally. Again, you'll find all the information here. This is currently sold out. However, if you click on this and you see add to cart, you click that and you'll see a spot where it says add to wait list. You're welcome to add your name to the wait list. However, we have an update on how the wait list is working right now. There has been an update to our web service and our web provider. And what happens is everyone is on the wait list, all basically in the same place. Okay. So when something opens up, it's like, for instance, if we're still in the time period where you can cancel your spot. So if somebody cancels their spot at the Pep Rally, this email list is automatically being generated and sent out to everyone to let you know that there's a spot available. So if you see that pop up in your email, you'll want to jump on it. Because the spots are filling up fast. And right now, that's the way it works. It didn't work that way before. It just is a new update. So if something changes, we'll let you know. But here's all the information on Pep Rally. Now, there's a couple other events in here, and these are one-day events for what we're calling the From Market to You Market Party Stitching event. Basically, we have the same gymnasium for our Market Party event, which is going to happen on the 14th and the 15th of March. This is the weekend after Market, and we've set up a From Market to You party at the store and then added the stitching venue so that you could come for the day, pick up any charts that you had pre-ordered on either the 14th or 15th, or if you want to stay for the weekend, come for both days. And then maybe stay for the afternoon and stitch with your friends or meet up with friends and come to the area and enjoy all of the great restaurants we have in town and see the shop, pick up all your pre-orders and stitch for the afternoon. So if you'd like to join us during that event, this is where you would sign up for each one of those. The cost is $35. However, you will receive a $35 gift certificate to the store afterwards. So that kind of, gets you a free little stitching event there. Now, the information to the From Market to You is all listed here as well. It is like kind of a bare bones retreat. So you'll have just a table and a spot to sit, but we do need you to register so we know who's all coming. Now, let's go back, and I'm going to readjust things here and look at a couple others. So we also have something I wanted to alert you to, and that is a club basically that is going on with pine needles. You'll want to head over to Pine Needles Utah. Their website looks just like this, and what they have is what's called the Sweet Stitching Club 2025. Now there's a 16 count Aida version, and let's go back to their homepage and check this out. So here's their homepage, and right here underneath New Club, you'll find these two club entries. You have a 32 count Lugana option, it looks like, and a 16 count Aida option. And what is super cute is that they are using our On the Edge display piece to mount these on for the whole year. So all of the details for this are listed here. It basically says join our 2025 Cross-Stitch Club. Each month you're going to receive a design plus a sweet little add-on to your design. Your monthly kit will include the pattern stitching, fabric supplies, all sorts of goodies, it looks like. And then you have the option to actually get the On the Edge stitching board as well through Pine Needles. They're showing you here all of the different things that are coming up. So you've got February shipments and things like that. And if this is something you're interested in jumping on, I think it looks super cute. And I'm sure all the months are going to be great. Go over to their site and add it to cart there. All right. So next we have another club that we're going to be talking about. And that club is, I'm going to show you on her Instagram. So here we are over here on Crazy Annie's Stitchin'. This is Crazy Annie's Stitchin' on Instagram. There is another club that is featuring a piece that we designed for Annie of Annie B's Folk Art. I love this. I think it is so super cute. Annie reached out to us and she asked us to design a like a stamp that would fit this perforated paper piece perfectly, so that all of these little Nutcracker Ballet 12 charts, for the whole 12 months of the year will fit right on there. It's awesome. I love them so much. They've got nice little hangers, and you can see this is the first one. Now on Instagram is where you're going to grab, I believe, Crazy Annie Stitchin' has all of the information here. So if you want to jump in on the details for this, then message her or read all of her directions here to get signed up for this club. You can sign up in a couple of different ways. So you'll just want to reserve your spot, but I think go ahead and read her details here about how to get signed up for that. That pretty much does it for this episode then. I just wanted to alert you on a couple of housekeeping type things and thought this might be the best way to do it, is just to come on here at the end of the recording and show you some screen grabs so that you know where to go for those things. So until next week, I will see you guys later. Bye.